Drawing heads. Drawing heads is really important to master if you are planning to draw your own shoujo manga, because that's the part of the body most important to the scene, and it's more likely the main thing people are attracted to. In fan art, people always draw the character they want and always draw the heads of their favorite character. The head is very important. Ever since I was a child, I have always been drawing the heads of my favorite anime characters, and even in a simple doodle. The character is apparent. The head usually gets most of our attention. It tells us what the character is feeling, using a cool expression to convey cool emotion, or a grin for happiness. The emotion is often in the eyes and mouth, especially when the character feels strongly about something. I'll only be showing you the basics about the head, although this book alone is not going to give you full mastery of the head. We will be skipping the teeth, mouth, and nose tutorials, as well as the more advanced elderly face or male face, in order to focus more on the basic shoujo character. Head front view. There are lots of manga and anime out there, and while hair and accessories go a long way towards distinguishing shoujos, face and expression is much more important for making characters look different. There are tons of techniques out there to make the character look very different than the other. 1. First, make a guideline for the head, and find the center of the head by making a vertical line and a horizontal line. 2. Divide the bottom of the head with rows. Then put the eye on the top row. These rows will make your character look different. 2 rows will give you a character large eyes and an understated mouth, while more rows give your character smaller eyes. This example has 3 rows, but you may experiment with other numbers. 3. Shape the head. Depending on how big the eye is, there are only a few shapes it might fit in. In here, I place the jaw in the bottom line. After determining shape, make another line between the top row, which is the row for the eye, and place the corner of the eye there. In this example, I put the line in exactly the middle of the eye. Where you place the line will also help differ the look on your character. In this example, I place the line near the lower row. See how it looks different on the top? Also, don't forget the one eye apart rule. 4. Draw the eyebrows in the middle of the row above the eyes. Notice I made some other rows in the other half of her head. This is because I need to measure her forehead. The forehead can only be as big as half of the whole head. Any bigger will look weird, which is not the shoujo girl ideal. And also, don't forget the eyebrows are a half eye apart. Though this rule does change on some guy characters and some other character with other features, once you experiment with many types of eyebrows, you can see when the rule applies. The thickest part of the eyebrow is just inside the eye. Number 5. Draw the hair, coming from just one direction, the hair whirl. Also, don't forget there should be a gap from the hair to the head. Number 6. Last, ink the drawing. If you are drawing on paper, I suggest you draw with a very light pencil on the 5 steps that we have taken so far. Here, I made her eyelashes thicker and the eyebrows thinner. Techniques. Notice how the 6-row style looks like it has a higher jaw than the other styles, and the 2-row style has a very low jaw than the other style. The lower number of rows, the lower the jaw should be. We have to be mindful of the cheek, making sure the eyes don't overpower them. There are tons of different ways to make a different look on character, but this is what I'll teach you for now. Head side view. We're done discussing the rows, so in the next steps, I'll be using only 3-row eye style as an example. Feel free to experiment with other styles. 1. Draw a circle and draw a horizontal and a vertical line like the one in the front view. Then, draw a mask shape for the whole face, indicating from the chin to the jaw to the ear. In every single object, we have to make a shape close to a globe, cube, or pyramid, depending on whatever it is. 2. Draw the rows and a vertical line to make sure the eye is one eye apart from the nose bridge. You don't have to make a vertical line if you can find the correct distance on your own. 3. Shape the face and draw the lips. This part might be the most tricky step, because the rows won't help on this type of shape. Just make sure you don't draw too far from the mask. Make a curve for the lips and the chin. 4. Draw the ear. Make sure it's in the middle of the whole head, and don't make it higher than the corner of the eye. 5. Clean up the guidelines to get ready for sketching the hair of it, and draw the mouth. Mouths on side view might be weird compared to real life, especially when the character is talking. But you don't have to think too much about real life when drawing anime characters. 6. Draw and sketch hair, and remember the gap of the hair to head again. 7. Now, ink. Wherever lines meet are the thickest lines. You might be wondering why I didn't draw the jaw lines at all. If I make a jawline there, it would make the character more masculine. Instead, I will indicate the jaw using shadowing. Also, making many lines in the hair might look good, but you should choose simplicity over detail whenever you can. An important thing to remember is that the side view of the head is one of the hardest things to master. So, make sure you practice. This view is very important to manga. 3/4 view. This is my favorite type of view because it's the best look for any type of character you will create. 1. Just like on side view, draw a circle and make a horizontal line and vertical line. Next, draw a mask for the whole face, indicating the jaw, and draw a line indicating the half of the face. 2. Draw the shape of the head and make the rows. Draw the corner eye indicator curvy. 3. Draw the eyes. Notice how the eyes look 3D. The corner of the eye that's much further away does look raised in a 3/4 view, even when you look at realistic pictures or yourself in the mirror. 4. Draw the mouth and the eyebrows. Make sure to always think of them in 3-dimensional. 5. Draw the hair and sketch the hair. Make sure there's a gap in the head. 6. Line or ink the drawing. One thing that is hard about 3/4 view is the direction of where the eye is looking. It usually depends on where you place the pupil, which normally is not enough to define where the eye is looking.